Well, we're back open, if you will. We now have 190 open all the way east to west, all the way through town. DOTD just left and inspected the bridge, and everything seems to be okay. You can take Interstate 12, but you can't get on and off yet here at Nether Springs. There's still some cars on the exit and entrance ramp, and there's still some water in that location, but we're very, very close to having interstate access. We just opened range about an hour, range north and south. So now you can head out of town that way if you need to.
Tell us we are at the Walgreens parking lot on...
This is Range, and this is the corner of Range Avenue and Highway 190. This seems to be the highest spot in town. We've had to set up City Hall here, police department is here, and the fire department is here. All the functions, the whole entire city government right now is being run out of this little trailer, if you look behind me, that has been provided by OEP, and we're surviving right now. It's been difficult, but we're here. We have been in the search and rescue mode now since Friday, and hopefully it won't turn into search and recovery. But we are certainly going now from house to house, looking indoors, looking in windows, especially the houses that had water over the roofs, and just make sure that we haven't left anybody.
How many people were rescued from Denham Springs?
I can't give you a total number. The population is 10,215. A little over 4,000 households, maybe 4,200 households. We probably 85% of those homes received water, anywhere from a few inches to over the roofs.
And can you give me just a whole, I guess as a whole, give me an update on Denham Springs, whereas a certain percentage of Denham's flooded, or what would you say?
From a road standpoint, probably 95% of Denham flooded. From actual water in homes, probably that 85% number that we spoke about. This is obviously a catastrophic event that's going to be with us for a long time. It's going to take us this is going to be years and years and years of work to recover. You have to realize, this system sat over our area and dumped in excess of 20 inches of rain, and we've never had anything like this before. The highest crest we've ever had was 41 and a half, and I think this one came close to 47 feet, which is a tremendous amount of flood water.
You yourself took on water.
Yes, we have water.
And that's, I think, the most amazing part, that we've got first responders and officials who are working through this despite all of that.
Yes.
I see you getting a little teary-eyed as well. This is difficult for you.
Yes.
This is your town.
Yes.
What do you say to the people of Denham Springs?
It's a great place to live. A great place to be the mayor. We all pull together. You can see all the volunteers that we have. And this is what makes us so great.
I'm sorry, Mayor, but look at the bright side. I think one thing that's really helped me is to see how much good is coming out of this.
Yes, it is. A lot of good folks coming out. A lot of churches are coming out and bringing us food. The 600 block of Florida Boulevard, which is the old Winn-Dixie Shopping Center, is where almost all of our personal, if you will, relief efforts are going to happen. We've had some cities from some other states that have called and want to adopt us, and they have food and water and essentials on the way. And we'll utilize that parking lot as a central point for all of our residents here in Denham Springs to come and get what they need.
What are some other shelters open in Denham Springs for people?
Well, the closest one is going to be the one at Eden Church Road. The park I think that was one of the last ones that was opened. But so many of our folks have been spread all over the parish, because as the floodwaters continued to rise, we kept having to move people. I know our Red Cross shelter that we had here was at First United Methodist Church, and we ended up moving it to Immaculate Conception Catholic Church. And before we could ever get everybody moved, we had to move them again, and so they moved outside of the city.
Thank you very much, Mayor.
Thank you.
That's the update from the mayor here in Denham Springs. You heard him say that the interstate obviously is open here, but the exits, the on-ramp and off-ramp for the Denham Springs exit, are not open yet. We'll continue to bring you updates from Livingston. We'll send it back to you guys. For those of you who are joining us here on Facebook, I want to show you, we're in the parking lot of the Walgreens. right at Range in Florida. This has literally become their headquarters. You see police officers here, the mayor here. This has become their city hall. This has become their police department, their fire department. This has become pretty much everything for all of them. And we keep hearing that where do people need to take things. But a lot of people are not being able to get through. We ran into this couple who was starting to tell me her story. Can you tell me a little bit about you, ma'am?
I'm Irene Jackson. I am a security officer for Securitas. We lost everything out at Magnolia Estates. We lived on ground bud. Live on ground bud. We lost, like I said, we lost everything. Cars, everything within the house.
But we're alive.
We came out with our lives, yes.
God is still good.
We did save our dogs, but I lost 4 of my birds. The little love birds, they're beautiful.
You're right.
We lost them, but we're going to survive. We are going to survive. The Lord's going to take care of us.
Thank you for taking care of getting people to know what's going on.
You're welcome.
Y'all doing a good job.
You're welcome. You're very welcome. I'm so sorry for your loss. So sorry.
And I had just lost my oldest son, July the 5th. And then this. It's hard.
I'm sorry.
But you know, dear, there's a lot of people out here that's really hurt.
It's not just our whole neighborhood lost everything. Out there at Magnolia State. They all lost it.
I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. You're in our prayers.
Thank y'all so much.
You're welcome. Tell me your story, sir.
My name is Tyler Combe. I'm from the south side of the interstate down there, around the Carter supermarket area. And I just wanted to get the word out. There's still a lot of people over there that have water, no power. I had people try to bring in supplies, food, gas, and water as late as yesterday afternoon. Still couldn't get to us by boat or vehicle because they could only go so far by vehicle and then they could launch the boat, but there was more high ground between us and them. So, I mean, if they could get some supplies down that way south of the interstate.
Where exactly do you need supplies? I know you said south of the interstate, but what neighborhoods?
The place, the big, right there at the end of Range, Plantation Estates, I think it's called.
Okay.
Pretty much everywhere south of the interstate, there's still water in some areas, you know, a reasonable amount. Like I said, everything south of the interstate, all we had was one gas station all weekend. We were pretty much on the island. That sold out pretty quick. They were dropping people over there by the Dollar General, Walmart, Golden Corral. But I mean, to think that we got out lucky because we only had a few feet that's just crazy, you know. But I have more family on this side of the interstate that had 4 foot of water, 4.5 foot of water in their house. They lost completely everything. And that seems to be the norm that way. There was, like I said, there were still houses. The house in front of the place neighborhood, they had 4 foot in it. But, you know, it's just terrible. I just like to advise everybody south in St. James and the lower ends of Ascension, get out while you still can because that water's coming up quick from a lot of directions. So,
thank you.